for carrying this and being consistent for the past 26 years. I think that we need to, support them through our weight behind them, because doing these things is not easy. And this is what is putting Ghana music on the map.
Okay, now, finally, what are your expectations for tonight, and who do you want to see perform on stage?
This is the 26th year, so I'm expecting that it's going to be a flawless evening, great production, incredible performances. The world is watching. These days, when you're doing events in Ghana, it's not just for Ghanaians, because people can tune in from around the world. So I'm expecting a world-class production. May the best nominees win tonight.
Thank you so much, Kojo.
Let me give shout out.
Please, I was about to say that.
So my designer is called Semanticos, a young Ghanaian designer doing incredibly well. Joe Pesky did my hat. I'm feeling really good tonight, and I'm expecting to have a great time.
Well, we'll definitely make sure you have a great time. Thank you so much, Kojo, and do have a wonderful evening.
Feeling really good. That's my boy, Kojo Sobo, over there. I've got Nana Yao Foriata and Gomez Beats, two of the music industry's finest. Gomez Beats, tell us your most popular song. What's that?
Okay, I did a Tia Don't Go for episode, and while I did part 2, the one with the Choboy. Yeah.
I love that song. Atia Don't Go Be Pese. Odemiko. I love your song. You made with Fra. Big song everywhere. You feel the vibe is now an anthem. How much has your life changed because of that song?
First off, I'll give glory to God. It tells one simple message: God will take care of you, and that's what we stand for. We're here to spread joy, spread energy, especially when times are tough. It's good to hear a song that brings back joy and reminds you that God will take care of you. So it's been great, and because of that, we've been nominated for another song, which is Onwanweni. First time, first new category. We're here representing gospel music, and it's amazing. So I'm grateful to God, and I'm glad I'm here.
I love it. Quick one. What are you wearing tonight?
So I'm wearing Phil Kwashi. This is by Phil Kwashi, top and down. This is from 321, and my shoes are made in Ghana by Chase. And these pins are from June 4th.
I know them. I know Chase. I love them. Love the swag. Love the swag, Nadaya. My man, is this Ghanaian?
I don't know.
It's made in Ghana, man. Tell me, what category are you looking forward to tonight?
Okay, well, I'm rooting for my artist episode, so I'm just hoping we win something,
Good luck, my man. Gomez Beats and Nanaya Foriata. Back to you, Reggie.
Okay, sorry. We're having a little banter here. But anytime the Gen Zs come through, they come through with a vibe. And yes, you can see Ajwa T is already doing her thing. Ajwa, how are you doing?
I'm good, you?
Very well, Ajwa. So tonight we're doing a little activity. And I'm looking at you with my two eyes because, look, Ajwa and I were getting ready sort of tonight because we both had our hair done at Lee J's place, and I heard her sing, and I want to put her on the spot. Ajwa, if you had to describe your outfit with a song, what song would it be?
So I would use excellent to describe my... Okay, so let me give you a freestyle. Only you, but I feel hit my chest. Your back, I said. Are you done? I'm done.
I'm sure. I think we're going to do a little gospel because tonight I heard you singing gospel. I was like, okay, anyway. Is this your first time on the red carpet?
At TGMA, yes, this is my first time.
How are you feeling about it? And do you love our red carpets? And most importantly, what are your expectations for the event tonight?
I feel so honored. I feel very good for being here with you, standing here with you, And I'm just expecting the most out of tonight because I can see everybody's looking like good head to toe. Everybody came prepared, and I like that, And this is nice, nice.
Who are you pitching to win Artist of the Year?
Hey, why would you do that? Okay, so Kim Promise has to take it. Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed. We'll see how the night goes. Thank you so much, Ajwa. Who made your outfit?
All right, so I'm wearing Telma Tay official. My hair, as you know, Lee J looks. My makeup, Beauty Maven. And yeah, they came together to make me look so good. And I just want to say shout out to them. Thank you so much.
Ajwa, thank you so much, and do have a wonderful evening. Bless.
Well, I've got Kofi Boabing and media personality Abena Serrano on the carpet with me now. Abena Serrano, quite exquisite looking tonight. It's really wonderful. What you're wearing?
So I'm wearing Nikita Nuptial. My makeup is by Flare Faces, and my hair is laid and snatched. I think my team did a wonderful job putting this whole look together.
Really fierce, really fierce. Kofi, great swag. You're a man from the UK with an African swag. Tell me about your drip tonight.
You know what, yeah, this is all about Africa and it's more about Ghana, right? And look at the 26 years of excellency, right? Seriously, I've been one or two, I think 3 times. And to be fair with you, this is my first time I'm actually experiencing this. And tonight being here, what can I say? It's a blessing.
We all love it. Abena, who are you looking forward to seeing tonight? And let me push you on the spot. Who wins the coveted TGMA 26 Artist of the Year? Who do you hope wins tonight?
Undoubtedly, I think I'm hoping Kim Promise takes it.
Hey, one more vote for KP. Thank you, Abena. Thank you, Kofi. Back to you, Reggie.
Okay, well, I've been joined by Andy Dusty, and I wish you guys could hear the commentary going on here. I'm hearing, hey, wow. Andy, what's happening? What have you seen that I haven't seen?
The glitz, the glamour, the hoodios, and the nice.
But tonight we're celebrating our Ghanaian designers. Are you rocking anything by Ghanaian? Oh, I see. Okay, I was going to guess, but now I'll let you do the talking.
This is an LV, suited by Osebo the Zaraman, 247 boutique. Yep, and some Fendi shoes.
Well, your expectations for tonight, and who do you think should win Artist of the Year?
I guess I'll be the wrong person to ask this question because of my position. So
you're allowed to have a favorite, and that's okay, right? That's okay.
Let me plead the fifth for now, but I guess it's going to be a very good night. The usual TGMAs, all the fireworks, all the bombs dropping from the skies, all the great performances and good shows. So expectations will be met.
With all the description you're giving right now, it means that TGMA has been killing it for 26 years. Andy, please, we want you to give Charterhouse a tap on the back, something to encourage them to keep up the good work.
It's very good you've brought this up because a lot of people have work to do, carpenters, designers, camera, all of them, makeup, all of them, we all have works to do. So yes, it's not just about providing plaques and giving us our honors or our flowers, but also putting food and cash in our pockets. So for Charterhouse, kudos, 26 years. If I'm away by now, can go. All
right, Andy, thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
I've been joined by Ramsey B, the Western Region's finest, and also one of my favorite lyricists of all time, Chief Tilenke. I am not sure he's going to say a word to me, but I will try. How are you feeling tonight, Chief Tilenke?
In fact, he's an opening act, but don't announce it. Oh, okay.
All right, okay. Ramsey B, how's the Western Region? And do you have any nominations tonight? You were nominated 2 years ago. Any nominations tonight?
Nah, today I didn't get nomination, but I'm here to support my brothers. You know, Kofi Kinata, Keche Global, yeah, Last Made, Fameye, and you know, yeah, I'm here to support them, yeah.
All right, Ramsey B. And all right, Chief Tilenke, I hope when I see you in the auditorium and with your party, you can at least speak to me. Would you? Would you speak to me now? All right, back to you, Reggie.
Okay, well, I've been joined by Mr. and Mrs. AEC. How are you doing? Oh, wait, did I get it wrong?
Oh, it's perfect. You got it right.
Because I mean, you're a team, right? And you know what they say about teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
Anyway, so did wifey style you or you styled yourself? Someone must have styled someone, right?
Wifey got me the shoes. And then the clothes is by Ahon Brassi. That's my brother back there, you know. Shout out Ahon Brassi. And wifey styled herself.
Sweetie, please come closer and tell me who styled your outfit.
Actually, I'm a fashion designer, so I styled myself.
With permission, can wifey do a little twirl for us, Mr. AC? Can we get a little? Okay. Look, I love a man that supports his woman, okay? Now, I know you are performing tonight. Is there anything you would love to tell your husband before he gets on that big stage? I know, right? Yeah, you thought you were going to speak.
I wish him all the best, and I know he's going to take all the awards. So, yeah.
You believe you're taking all the awards tonight?
I better, because he just said it. If I don't, I have to go and face it back home.
Is there anything you want us to look forward to when you step on that stage?
I'm performing with the Afro Harmony Band, so I know that it's going to be very good. You know, back from the rehearsal we did yesterday, it was love. So I know that it's going to be good.
All right, thank you so much. I'll leave you to go backstage and do your rehearsal. I know I will be back there cheering you on, and I know that you will deliver. Bliss.
I've been joined by two of the gospel music industry's finest, Fifi Folsom and Scott Evans. You look clean. I hear you're wearing My Taylor. Is that what you're wearing?
You're actually wearing My Taylor.
Hey, shouts to Threadfix, man. Really talented dude. Tell me about this outfit tonight. What inspired this one?
Listen, this guy, sometimes he doesn't need anything to inspire him. Tell him where you are going, get you sorted. He's so talented, you know.
Super, super talented. Fifi, you are an industry voice. You have been for a long time. Your impressions of the gospel music industry this year and also the categories, your expectations tonight.
Well, thank you. By far, I think that, gospel is always growing. I mean, we're putting in our best. And I believe that this evening, the best will emerge winners for the music and the culture.
Do you feel that the gospel music industries or the gospel music and the artists have lost a little firepower this year in terms of getting nominated in other categories as compared to the previous years?
No, I don't think so. I think that if you check, you'll notice that for the, other categories that ideally the gospel wouldn't have been there, they're quite there.
You're right. Team Eternity has 8 nominations tonight. Scott, any nominations tonight for you?
Yeah, Best Urban Contemporary Song of the Year. So I'm excited about this one because I feel like this is something we've been working so hard for our generation's sound to be recognized in the gospel category. And it's happening for us. Big shout out to Uncle Fee. He's been part of this fight, and we are amazing, and we are glad and happy about this win.
I'll tell you what, Scott, I'm rooting for you. Who can I call? Who can I call? Who can I call? Reggie, who can you call?
Well, Bliss, I'll tell you what, you can definitely call on me every single time. Now, they say men in black are mostly dangerous. I don't know how true that is, but maybe Chief One can confirm that. Is it true? That men in black are dangerous?
Yeah.
You're dangerous? Do I need to move away? Or it's a good kind of dangerous?
Yes, humble one, of course. Yeah.
Well, who inspired your outfit and who actually made it?
This is from Ariam AY Clothing, from my lounge, They design me very dull like this, that's all. Yeah.
Would you want to do a 360 for me? Let's just see the full outfit. Nice. I love it. Yes. Okay, I definitely will. Well, Chief One, what are your expectations for the evening?
I'm just here to, witness a great music. Ghana music, they are trying already. Even though this year I never found, but I'm here to support Ghana music, that's all.
Well, you did mention support. Who are you here to support? Which artists?
I'm supporting everybody, all the nominees, they qualify. That's the main reason why they are there. So I'm just here to support them. And I never come here alone. I came with my friend Lucky AK all the way from Nigeria, Emo State, just to witness how Ghana music rolling. Yeah.
Our musicians are always very diplomatic with their answers. Thank you so much, Chief One, and I hope you have a fantastic evening. God bless you too. God bless you too. Well, Bliss, should I throw some of that blessing your way?
Absolutely. I
Take
love
all
Chief
the blessing
One,
then.
And talking about Chief One, here is Elon Bini, his promoter, and this is Omar Marani, the artist. Elon, it's been a while. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good, as you can see. I'm looking bespoke, just like you.
Yeah, man. Tell me about your new artist.
He is Omar Marani, and I'm a liaison officer when it comes to artists, both veteran artists and young artists. And Chief One that got interviewed just a while ago was my product. So the next one they should look out for is Omar Marani and a lot more, because if we are building new artists every time, we have to create grounds or create rooms for the very, very budding ones as well. So I've worked across the length and breadth of everything. So that's it. So I'm not just a PR between the artists and the media and the audience, but between veteran artists and young artists.
What are you wearing tonight, my man?
I'm wearing my brother called Emma Creation. He put this together for me. Last year was the same fashion designer I used. So yeah, so he's been doing, yeah.
What are you, a rapper or a singer?
I'm a singer.
Singer. What categories are you eyeing next year?
I don't know, new artist of the year, something like that. Yeah.
Well, do you have any songs out now, an album out? What should we expect?
I have a new music out with Laruso. Shout out to Laruso. And then the title is Tote Mole. You guys should go stream it out. Yeah.
That's Yoruba. I'll tell you what, you're from Nigeria and you grew up in Keita. I'm from Keita and I grew up in Nigeria. So good to see you, man. Reggie, speak to the legend now. Let's hear you.
Listen, the legend is in the building. And guess what? I live for moments like these. Ochame Kwame. I don't know if I should call you Ochame Moses, Ochame Pharaoh. Are we changing the name tonight? Because this look definitely needs all the spotlights.
Thank you. So tonight, I am Pharaoh. Yes.
Why Pharaoh?
Because, there's a new dawn. Africa is rising. Africa is kicking against neo-colonialism. And our identity is rising. And I decided that tonight, based on what is happening in Burkina Faso and what is happening in the world and what our president is doing against neo-colonialism, I decided to remind all of us that we come from royalty.
I totally love it. Who designed it? Do we have the designer here? I think we need to put the spotlight on the designer as well. And, just give him a round of applause for what he's done. Very beautiful. So you made this outfit?
Yes, please.
How long did it take for you to put it together?
It took me 3 days. Yes.
Ochame, so we are here for music. Obviously, we are celebrating our Ghanaian designers, which we just did. But we're also here for the music, for the people and the culture. What are your expectations?
As usual, mirrors, smoke, beautiful art. I'm really excited about performances. I want to also know who is going to become Artist of the Year. And then I hope to win maybe 1 or 2 awards myself, just for my shelves.
Which one is Daddy winning? Come tell me. Which one is Daddy winning?
All the ones he was nominated for.
Okay, well, we hope that actually happens and history is made here tonight. Thank you so much, Ochame. Do you want to say anything before we go?
This is my first time being here. I've heard a lot about the TGMAs, and I know you guys won't disappoint. So thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to be here, be on the cameras and everything. So peace out.
Nice. A very bold young man. Thank you so much, Ochame, and we wish you all the best. Actually, thank you so much, Pharaoh Ochame Kwame. Well, Bliss, are you ready to cross the Red Sea with us tonight?
Because the drama, man. the drama. Okay. I have been joined by a gospel music industry legend, a woman I spent my teenage years knowing, Dinah Hobson. Good evening, and it's wonderful to see you. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling excited because at least for once we have the traditional gospel category and we also have the contemporary, the urban gospel guys are now also well recognized, and I'm very happy. I'm here to support my gospel act.
I'm sure you fought a lot for this.
Well,
number one priority, because of course we're working this evening, so we're on the move, going up and
you are in the faith industry, like you do things for God. Sometimes people think that it's not business, but the thing is that we all need inspiration. We all need to praise our Maker, and so it forms an important part. And I'm so happy that I happen to look out for that.
I'm happy for you too. I'll tell you what, I know you're a board member of the TGMA, you're a board member. Congratulations this year. This is really awesome. I won't let you say much. Things are on time, things are moving nicely, and it's the good work you're doing in the back there. So congratulations and thank you so much. Legend. Back to you, Reggie.
All right, well, I can feel the Holy Spirit already because I've been surrounded by powerful men of God. How are you doing, gentlemen?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Very well, very well. Please, you need to come closer. How are you feeling?
I'm excited. Sure, yeah.
What are you excited most to see and experience at the TGMAs tonight?
I'm actually here to support the gospel fraternity. Yeah, sure. And I'm just anticipating the great performance from Daughters of Glorious Jesus and then Empress Gifty. Sure. Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm sure this will not come as a surprise to any of us, but I'm going to ask Ninoy to describe how he's feeling with a song. And obviously, we know he's going to do a gospel gospel song. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. So we could do, you did Diffy Diffy, right? Let's do Diffy Diffy. Yeah, because you will take an award. Yes.
Are we feeling like, Father, the universe you made?
No, give me the rap side.
And it, hey. No, how do you put me on the spot like this? Do you want to do the rap?
Another time.
Okay, another time. And finally, of course, your expectations for tonight.
I'm expecting, it's 26 years of celebrating Ghanaian music, so I'm expecting that we see more of this. I'm expecting that the gospel artists on bill, Empress Gifty, Daughters of Glorious Jesus will give us a great, amazing performance like they do every year. Last year, Nasid gave us that. 2 years ago, we saw gospel artists giving us that. So I'm here to root for the gospel. I know the performance on the night, the gospel performance is going to be the best for the night, and that's why I'm here today.
Right. Well, I know they definitely will not disappoint, so do have a wonderful, actually a blessed evening. All right. Bless, take it away.
I have been joined by all the members of the news. Look at them. Easy Swag, everybody. DJ Wallpaper, Kylie J, Pit Vampire, DBJ, the sports agent. I'm going to put all of you on the spot quickly, but quickly, what are you wearing?
So I'm wearing Kweku Mensa.
Ghanaian designer, obviously. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing my very good friend Kojo Man.
Oh, this is Ghanaian? I love it. Easy Swag. What are you wearing? Ghanaian?
Yeah, Ghanaian, 100%.
Looks like Gucci, though. Hey, Kylie J is rich now. Looks like Gucci. How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling great. I'm having a good time here. The atmosphere is amazing. I love it here.
Love it. Pit Vampire, big songs you've made. Looking forward to making more. Is your artist winning their category tonight?
Yeah, definitely.
Who wins Artist of the Year tonight, in your opinion?
Kim Promise.
Who wins?
Kim Promise.
Who wins?
After what happened to Kiddy the last time, I keep an open mind for artists.
Hey, Kiddy, keep an open mind, my man. Who wins tonight?
Bim.
Okay, not bad. Reggie, take it away.
Okay, well, I have been surrounded by Empress Gifty and her wonderful husband, and I must say you look really beautiful. You look exquisite. Your outfit is so golden. I think this is actually a true definition of who you truly are, because you have a golden voice and you have a golden personality. Empress, what inspired your look?
Nothing much, but I think my designer, Lash Laha, I told Lash, this is what I want. I want the Queen Esther, the golden woman, the perfect woman. So I just relaxed, and I know Lash would deliver, and she has nailed it.
Mr. Hobson, how are you feeling about your wife's look? Please come closer and tell me. I want you to compliment her. Make her feel great.
You know, my wife is very beautiful, bold, and it's on top of whatever she's doing.
I love it, Empress. Noko electrifying. Are you performing tonight?
Yes.
What should people expect from you?
Nothing, but I just want to lead them to the throne room of grace, because God has been faithful to us. And this year is 26th year of TGMA. So we are going to bless the name of the Lord through my ministration.
Thank you so much. And give us Noko sexy, Noko hot, Noko fire on stage, okay? All right, Empress. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Hobson.
Hey, listen, Reggie. If your swag is hard enough, you can make it onto the stage. Let me introduce to you MC Versace, Jupiter the General, and C. Rich. Good to see you, Jupiter. It's been a while. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm around, you know what I'm saying? Putting in the works as usual, bro.
Putting in work. Thank you so much. Who are you supporting tonight?
Myself, obviously. I think I had 2 nominations, Dancehall Song and Dance Artist of the Year. And then aside from that, Artist of the Year came from his hands down, you know what I mean?
Oh, man, you just showed your support there. C. Rich, who wins tonight? Artist of the Year. Oh, MC Versace. What is this boot saying? What does it say? It says Balenciaga. All right, man. Listen, Reggie, that's all I need to hear. Thank you, MC Versace. That's all I need to hear. Wow. Reggie, take it away.
When it comes to someone that is able to embody fashion, ladies and gentlemen, she is the right person that my camera is actually looking at tonight. Roslyn, you are looking good. The body is bodying, the outfit is outfitting, the accessories are given. Roslyn, complete this for me. Tonight, I'm here to party. Plus, when it comes to vibe as well, it's always check.
Friends and friends together. I want brother and I do vlog together.
Why is that person dancing? What are your expectations for tonight?
Amazing performances. I'm expecting the right win. I'm hoping that I'll see two things running through and through. I'm expecting the one.
And I hope to see you in the crowd so we can vibe together. Liz, over to you.
Yes, Regina, I've been joined by distinguished personalities. The Baco Way, and the female vocalist of the year, Lordina, the soprano. Wonderful to see you. We interviewed about a few years ago, and after that, we're taking your career to new levels. How are you feeling tonight?
Remember what I told you,
You don't deserve it. Baco, how you feeling? Clean swag. Who you wearing tonight? The Baco Way. What are you wearing tonight? Very dramatic. Your whole team has to come and arrange it. Who made it?
Charge it out.
Yeah, that's a lot of drama. That's a lot of drama. If we're ready to go back to Reggie, are we? Okay, we stay here for a minute. We observe this Lordina the Supremo dress a little, and then we take our next interviews. Then we would link up with the Lady Circle, one of my favorite shows on TV. We're gonna go to them. They're gonna bring their own energy to the show. So stay tuned whilst we're waiting for the Lady Circle to set up, and we'll speak to our next guest in a moment.
Wow, Bliss. I can't believe you had Lordina.
The soprano. And then, look what I have you now. Look what I have you now. Look what I have you now. Man. Familia. Wonderful to see. Wonderful to see. Expecting from you tonight, from here.
No love at all in their hearts.
Rooting for you, man. That's a big song. That's a wonderful song. It's definitely gonna happen.
Makes no doubt that my friends and friends together. I and I do one person, I do love together.
Hey, look at it.
From the Lion Rock, I'll be a
I'm not trusting you right now, for me.
There is so much in
Thank you so much, man. Rooting for you tonight. Let's see one time. Let's move to
so much in Ghana.
Please come close. This by the way, how did you walk? Fashion in Spain, tell me about the categories tonight. someone who believes that you win that category? Tell me, man. I like TV tennis.
Somebody's not ready.
Oh, my hair. Let's take a moment right there. Look at that drama there. Look at that. Wow. Are we ready to go to the mini circle? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, stay with me, stay with me. I want some drama to go my link to the ladies circle. 4 amazing ladies on the other side, including my co-host Regina Van Helvet, bringing their hits TV show, Ladies Circle, live to the red carpet. And so, I go to see them now. Thank you, PSC. Walk gorgeously up, and then I go to see Reggie on the other side. Regina and the ladies of the Ladies Circle.
How are you feeling?
Wow, I love it, man. I had a wonderful time. Quite explicit.
Describe how outfits with the song.
Fire. Adrenaline, fire. This one, money queen, and money has gone. So she don't call me no more. That's alright. That's okay. This one is that. I'm a princess.
Careful there.
And this one is Be Goddess. Be Goddess. Wonderful to see all of you. And I've always had dreams of joining the Ladies Circle. But y'all never invited me.
You know what we can do for him? Get him to wear a weave.
No.
Get him to wear very nice dress. Some nice shoes.
Okay. Since y'all would invite me to the Ladies Circle, here's my microphone, my dear.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on the TGMA red carpet. Of course, myself, Regina Van Helvet, and Bill had to hold it down. And we hope that you had a wonderful evening. And also, we hope that you're able to spot some very lovely styles that you can steal from and design something for yourself for the next big event. But ladies, over to you. Ajwa, did you see some interesting looks?
Some people have too much, while some they got nothing at all. But it will be blood in a Babylon. Blood in a Babylon. Let me hear you sing, blood in a Babylon. Blood in a Babylon. Hey, rich man, won't you please give up? Everywhere you get it. Hey, rich man, reload.
Empress Gacy.
Rich man, I'm talking to you. It's dangerous when the wicked man have money.
Okay, but you know what it comes to TGMA, it's all about
Ring comment. I'm going to do a hug, a little hug. Okay. How you doing? Should we bring him to the center?
Yes, here we go.
The king has come surrounded by the queen.
So why? Talk to us. The thing is giving. Let me give you something. What is the inspiration behind what you're wearing?
Won't you please give up everywhere you get it?
All right, they're going to get back to the big league. First, today is the day.
My foremothers and fathers too. Their sons and daughters at the same time.
Who put you together today?
I did myself, you know, actually.
I have the idea,
and then literally gave my voice.
tell me now. How come you want so much everywhere you get it?
Guy called Harry Cotton, he's from here, so it's custom made. Yeah.
We love that. An ode to our Ghanaian designers doing it big. Tonight is a big one for you. As you should. Karen's Kakra. It's a big night for you, King Promise. Everybody wants to know. How excited are you? How ready are you for the night?
As you can tell, I'm super excited. You know, my teeth is out the whole time, just grinning. But yeah, excited to be here tonight, excited to perform. I feel like I'm going to bring something we haven't seen before on the stage tonight, so that's exciting.
Are you the one that has that huge entourage? We had some concern. There's somebody bringing a whole city up on stage. Is that you, Promise?
My people showing me love, so that's beautiful. Everywhere I'm going, just a lot of love and support. So, yeah, man. Shout out to all my people in the back with me, you understand? Yeah, man.
We love it. Kim Promise is here, nominated for some awards, and the big one tonight.
Can I run away?
You can run away.
One last question. What happens if you do not win Artist of the Year?
It's not happening.
Okay, we'll find out, we guess. But still joining us here in our little circle is our very own Queen of Ghana's Most Beautiful the last season.
We love it.
And we also have a Miss Malaika 2024 as a Queen season.
Oh,
you know,
looking good,
looking dashing,
ladies.
bringing their crowns on, Queen Titiaka. Okay, please. Do me the honors. Come close to me.
Get a queenly wave, guys.
Yeah, let's do it. We do it like that? Like you got it, right? Wonderful.
You look so
Talk to us about your
dashing.
outfit. I love what you're wearing. It complements your skin so well. Who put this together for you?
The one and only Hey Jams. I'm sure you guys have heard of him. He's an amazing designer, and I absolutely love what I'm wearing.
Also do love. I'd like to find out what Queen Titiaka is wearing as well. You know, talk to us about that.
Yes, Queen.
Hi, I'm wearing hijabs. I'm also wearing hijabs.
Yeah, great. Okay, hijab.
Yes, I'm also wearing hijabs. So he's a very creative Ghanaian designer. And as you can see, we are all glowing. And I'm even wearing my favorite color as well, purple.
And you look very beautiful. You look like the queen that you are.
Love it. But who are you looking forward to seeing perform tonight? Any favorite performances you're eyeing?
You know, I wouldn't say my favorites. I'd say that I'm excited for every performance, and I'm definitely here for the fashion. I love fashion, so I'm so glad that it's, made in Ghana, and that's been my highlights of the evening.
I mean, we can see from your outfit that you do love fashion. Queen Titiaka.
Anyway,
Are you looking
so
great?
Titiaka, would you tell us who you are rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for everyone. We are here to celebrate Ghanaian music, and we are here to wear Ghana and experience the lovely fashion that we have in Ghana as well. So we are just here to celebrate who we are.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Queen.
Thank you, Queen.
Thank
We'll catch you
you.
inside. I do have a lot of fun tonight.
You know, I think
All right.
tonight we'll see the queens get down. Lucille, she has some great skills.
The floor is yours.
Great skills. So I want to see you do your thing Thank you. tonight. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us on the stage. Woo.
We just spoke about fashion and we were shocked. You know, they just threw that on us right here. And so there's a lot of fun that we're going to be having. But we have the honor of, having a very wonderful lady join us. Regina, will you tell us who's joining us? Regina.
Anyway, so my question is, do we have an ambulance like on standby?
We do, we do actually indeed have an ambulance standing by. Thank you so much, Ghana Ambulance Service. And we need them here. It's sizzling hot. Anything can happen. Shout out to the ambulance service.
I see
They
some
have their
beauty.
medics right here.
Yeah, what'd you say?
The Ghana ambulance, the medics are
Oh yeah,
here.
they're
It makes
here.
things
They're
get
here.
extra hot.
Yes, well, speaking of hot, we have Mrs. Ayoade, and I'd love for her to join us. Hi, how you doing? Really beautiful.
Thank you. With an African twist, thanks to GTP style.
It's really given. Now, Mrs. Ayoade, this evening, people have said a lot of wonderful things about Charterhouse. You've been doing this consistently for 26 years. Why do you look surprised? That really, oh my God, it's impossible for that to happen.
Well, it's good to hear that good things are being said about us because we really do put in a lot of hard work. As you can imagine, I'm looking at this beautiful setup. And of course, I mean, thanks to the musicians of Ghana who make it possible for you all to come out so dolled, so beautiful like this. And I'm looking forward to a wonderful night.
All right. So, since you're always backstage putting things together, what should people expect from performances, the entire show? How is it going to be?
Well, it's going to be as spectacular as always. And our Ghanaian musicians never cease to amaze us. And they've got an interesting lineup, very superfluous lineup, waiting for you all. So let's hurry this up quickly so you can join us in the auditorium. And I'd like to say a big thank you to GTP New Style for my wonderful African print, and of course, styled by February by Sewa.
Look dashing. I totally love it. Again, a very big thank you going out to GTP for styling my madame. She looks fantastic. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We would love a twirl. Ooh. It is given. It's given. Love it so much. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ayoade.
Regina, we have a legend in our midst. Oh, boy.
Tonight, his who is not who. Right?
It's not who
It's not who just tonight.
No, tonight.
Oh, boy, we still
I think it's
ladies. So guess what? 20 years ago, exactly 20 years ago, he won the Artist of the Year.
Come on.
In this same building.
Yeah,
I
nostalgic.
mean, how do you feel about that?
I know, it's quite nostalgic. I mean, in 2005, right in this hall, the conference center, I won Artist of the Year, Hip Life Artist of the Year, Most Popular Song of the Year, Album of the Year. It was 5 awards.
That was your year.
That was the Coco Tiba album.
Oh, right. It's only right. That is
Charlie, yeah, you know, it's 20 years already.
20 years.
I'm telling you.
Amazing.
I mean, that goes to say that the TGMAs have really done great. I mean, coming all the way from 1999 through till 2025, and it's getting greater every year. I mean, congratulations to Yola, Teresa, and the entire team. You guys are doing great.
I mean, before we let you go, some expectations for tonight. What are you looking forward to seeing?
I mean, great performances. I'm expecting greatness. And I'm turning between who is winning Artist of the Year. But I can't do it. I see some guy just came here, so I'm not going to.
Indeed, but thank you so much, and do enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
We do love a good sandwich right here, right? Because on my left, you know, he's giving, he wants to be comfortable, but he's showing fashion. You know, we're talking about Kofi.
Serious fashion.
Please, you need to give us the 411 on what you're wearing tonight.
433.
3-3.
Okay, so I'm standing tall. This is stand tall. Yeah.
But what are you looking forward to seeing tonight? I mean, it's the Telecel Ghana Music Awards. Are you looking for any specific performances?
Yeah, since I'm not performing, I'll just lay back and enjoy the performances. I make sure I have fun. And, you know, I'm taking 3 hours home.
I was going to ask that, but thank you for adding it. So we'll be catching you in the crowd. Hopefully you're going to be shaking your body.
No problem. Yeah.
We love that. But before you go, Artist of the Year, top 2.
May the best win.
That was a smart one, but thank you so much to enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right, we have Mr. Drew in the building. Drew, how you doing?
I'm doing great, and you?
Very well. Look, if you had to describe your outfit with one word, what word would it be?
Simple.
Okay, now let's take it to the music. What song is going to describe this dapper, simple outfit? I think I know the song. Simple, my baby, simple. But you're not my baby, sadly. But Mr. Drew, your expectations for tonight?
Charlie, I'm just here to have fun, just chill. Yeah.
Are you supporting anyone? Are you rooting for anyone?
I'm supporting everybody.
Okay, Mr. Drew, thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. All right.
Why me? But we still have some more people joining us on. Listen. He's taking it easy, but he's giving. Give us details into your outfit, because I love what I'm seeing. No, even if it is Miami Dia Couture, you have to tell us.
All right. So it's been a long day. You know, we sports journalists, weekends are the busy period. Plus, I had to be with the kids all day. So I just wanted something easy and casual. Just went into the wardrobe and took
Hello, beautiful viewers.
Love it. But you know there's a very thin line between sports and entertainment. I mean, sports and music. So what are you looking forward to seeing tonight? Any favorite artists?
Yes. Everybody knows I've been using my following to Pushkin Promise. So it's our year. Last year we thought it was our year, but KP all the way.
Well, we're going to be finding out hopefully by the end of the night today. But I'll leave you to go enjoy yourself, and fingers crossed. We'll see who wins. All right.
Right, so look who we have here. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, this is Elvis Crystal, the broadcaster, an actor, and a voiceover artist. It's great to be here. Excited about tonight.
I must say, you look very, very good tonight. Who are you wearing?
Oh, actually, this is from my closet. My wife says that she just look like this, so she styled me up. So big ups to my wife out there. She's watching.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Right, so tonight is the biggest night in Ghana music. Who are you rooting for Artist of the Year?
Well, for all the work I've done on the radio, played all their songs, I think I might have to narrow down to two, because I'm looking at Stonebwoy and King Promise, because on my radio show, on Asase Radio, we have heavy rotation of all these artists, but these two artists have got really strong presence over the years. So, of course, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Right.
All the best. Enjoy your night.
Thank you so much. Woo! Now, this is just a tip of the iceberg on what you need to expect for the evening. I think so far it's been good. There's been glitz, there's been glam, but right now we're all eager to go into the auditorium and find out who will be performing for tonight, and of course who is going to win the coveted Artist of the Year. I just can't wait to see who is going to be.
Same for me, and the performances as well. I can't wait to see them bring their A game, every single one of them. It's going to be a beautiful night, so do make sure that you're staying tuned to TV3, because like I said, we're giving you uninterrupted coverage right here on this station.
So Andrea, just before we go, I just saw someone who has walked in looking like a fetish priest. Can you see that?
Listen, we are not ready for tonight.
We are not.
We really
I'm very grateful that the ambulance service is in the building. The medics are here. We might just need their services because it's sizzling in here. It's all about the style, the sounds, and the sounds this evening. It's Ghana's biggest music night, so we're expecting nothing less. Some 14 performances this evening, so we're gearing up. We're excited. We cannot wait to see what is in store. Of course, the categories are very hot. Very close indeed when it comes to Artist of the Year. Also, most popular song of the year. Everybody wants their song to win. Of course, voting closed some over 48 hours ago. So, too late for you to vote for your favorite. Fingers crossed you've done enough to push your favorite artist and or song to the forefront.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us right here on the big, grand red carpet of the TGMA. My name is Regina Van Helvet, and I did this with the gorgeous ladies from Ladies Circle. So quickly, just let's wrap up with our names, and then we'll move straight to the auditorium.
I'll take it. Okay, I am Noella Doko. I'm honored to be here on the red carpet as well.
My name is Helena Piampofo, TV radio presenter with Media General. Thank you to DMC Tailoring for putting this together. Shaba Willing is Shaba Willing. Cannot wait to get to the auditorium. Have a great night.
You should start rapping next year, you know. And I am Queen Taya. Ghana's Most Beautiful 2022, and I was so happy. It was so glad. I'm so glad to have been here.
All right, and on that note, thank you so much once again for being a part of the red carpet. We move straight to the auditorium where Na Ashoko will be taking over as the main host, of course, with AJ and Mr. Roman. Ladies and gentlemen, please sit tight because we will be right back. Oh, and a very big thank you to our sponsors once again, to Telecel Ghana, of course, to Guinness, to Close Up, and the British Council.
I'll speak everything in English.
Okay, please, what's your name?
My name is Mr. Mark Kwesi Arthur, aka Faniform, aka Antimony, aka Mitawachi, aka.
Then I'll work a video.
When he be as a Ghana, the Biana Ghana for like a young Ghana and Kwaba like the Ghana wanted to take and Mamka Ghana. Africa, by Ghana and Kwai, your friend is like joke. You're serious because for you to be a musician, to call yourself an artist, not just like it's an experience. No,
where 2020. Then I'll work a video.
When he be as a Ghana, the Biana Ghana for like a young Ghana and Kwaba like the Ghana wanted to take and Mamka Ghana. Africa, by Ghana and Kwai, your friend is like joke. You're serious because for you to be a musician, to call yourself an artist? Not just like he's an experience.
Remember, 2023.
Yes.
He was nominated as
New
Artist of the Year.
Yes.
Ujinaka and Muniwachi.
Yes.
AKA.
Yes.
Who the can say AKA Fanny Form it make up when you say?
Yes.
Who promote you?
When we are Nina, we say I so experienced person because Obi DJ like he knows the ground roots, like how to become a musician, how like because Obi DJ there. You have transitioned from DJ to what?
You work with medical.
When you go over and for you to go on.
Then
Ghana like a
AKA Fanny Form it make up when you say.
Yes. Yes.
New Artist of the Year.
Yes.
Ujinaka and Muniwachi.
Yes. Just like he's an experience.
Remember, 2023.
Yes.
He was nominated as 2023.
Yes.
He was nominated as He was nominated as New Artist of the Year.
Yes.
Ujinaka and Muniwachi.
Yes.
AKA. He was nominated as New Artist of the Year.
Yes.
Ujinaka and Muniwachi.
Yes.
AKA. And there, Obiabe smoothness level. He was nominated as New Artist.
So, Dennis, you were about to make your comments when Bright had to come in. He has a flight to catch, so he's done with us. Thank you.
Yes, I'm sure I'm not the only one feeling this way. We've been bombarded with a lot of information, a lot of assumptions, hypotheses, and I think that Bright's assumptions and hypotheses are rightly so because we have brought it upon ourselves. To be very honest, why are we even doing this? You found somebody have committed a crime. You're the Attorney General. Do your investigation. Finish it. Sometimes, even you media houses, you have reporters in the court. Several cases, some are even worse than this that are in the courts. When the courts start their hearing, a lot of information will come out. And at that point, it will no longer be assumptions and hypotheses. There will be information that are being divulged in the courts, and then we can also consume some. We are here simply because we attempted to combine politics with law. And that's why we are doing this to ourselves. Because, 30 minutes presentation from Bright, and it's all assumptions. What if it comes out that, if we realize that, should it be the case that...
It's not all assumptions.
So, 90% something. That is what it is. So if it's 90, then it's all. That is what it is.
He makes an emphatic statement.
Like what?
That the claims do not hold water.
According to him, he's not the court.
So that's an assumption.
It's an assumption. You're not the court. You're not the court. You're not the judge. So according to you, that is it.
This is different from the court.
No. On what basis is he saying that? According to him. That is what it is. The only person in this country, or the only persons who can make such emphatic statements are the courts. Otherwise, what you say, what I say, what counsel says, what doc says are all assumptions.
You can't separate what is happening now from what is going on in the court.
I am saying that what he is saying, it's his view based on hypothesis. Because you see, this is conclusion that he gave is based on a presentation that he made, which were simply, if he doesn't have authorization from the minister, what if he does? Did we even know that there was authorization from a national security coordinator? We didn't know until the issue came up, and then later that also popped up. So there are so many things we may not know at this point. So many things. Why? Why are we spending 1 hour, 2 hours to discuss something that will ultimately find itself in the court? Even the Attorney General himself has come out to say that, hold the man in jail for me, because I'm still investigating. And then you say that if he didn't know for a fact, he doesn't know for a fact. That's why he's still keeping the man in jail, so that he continues his investigations.
He knows for a fact. Have you seen the charge sheet?
I am coming.
If you
have concluded your investigation, you won't go to the judge and say, he's still interfering with investigation, give me time, I need to finish investigation. That's what we know for a fact. That is what in the past week he has told the judge. That hold the man for me, because I'm still investigating. Why are we doing this ourselves? I'm not holding breath for anybody. I am only saying that we shouldn't mix politics with law. And you are the lawyers, you know it. So you found out that this gentleman may have committed some crime. Then you came to hold a press conference. In fact, you almost, or should I say, even pronounced him guilty. And even said that you are very sure that if he doesn't come and negotiate, he may go for 25 years. And added so many things. You went on to list things, properties, and all. So you see, in the first place, you created a certain impression in the minds of the Ghanaian public that the man is guilty. And let's be fair, that was what was done. And Samson, do you think it would be fair for this to happen to you? No matter the crime you've even committed. When we have a law that even describes a murderer as not guilty until proven same, what was done to the gentleman? Do you think it would be fair on you? Because even today, if this man should go through the court processes and come out not guilty, he can never take off the taint that has been placed on him.
Oh, why not?
How? The number of people, you know how media works. Sometimes I always tell people, one of the reasons why when I'm on media platforms, I make sure that when somebody says something and I don't let it pass. Because you see, the number of people who are watching us now, you may not have all of them watching you tomorrow morning. So there are people who watch the Attorney General or listen to him just in a car, in a trotro, and didn't even have the chance to listen to him, his second presser on the gentleman. There are some who listen to the Attorney General and have not had the chance to see this letter the gentleman has written. So all I'm saying is that we say we run a country by law. and the country's law are clear. I am not guilty until proven same. We should just slow down on this matter. You see,
do you classify the U.S. as an advanced democracy?
Yes, very much.
Okay. Do you know what the DA's departments do?
What do they do?
The district attorneys.
What do they do?
When they have matters of public interest, they call the press. That's what they do.
They don't. I've never seen any DA or anybody hold the press and declare somebody they have guilty and say that he is going to go to jail for.
They do, and they tell you that's why they are going to court.
I haven't seen.
That if they are not sure that the person will be found guilty, they won't go to court.
I haven't seen that. You have seen it.
Okay.
But the point here is that it is the reason why today you read the man's statement and he says, "I am here in jail. I am being accused and almost being tried in the public space for stealing a certain 49 million. As a result of that, even other unrelated things are being connected to it. I mean, I listened to Brighton, almost about 40% of the things he said are not related to the specific charge, the 49 million. He's not talking about, doing something without authorization, and talking about the laws and procurement and all those things, and budgeting for national security. That is not related to the specific matter. But he says that I am quite hesitant in divulging certain information to my interrogators because I know what is involved. But over the past weeks, I've been attempting to meet you, the National Security Coordinator, but I believe that because of your busy schedule, we haven't been able to meet. Considering the exigencies of the situation, I have to now write to you. And in my current position, I am telling you that you may have found out by now, and he has that in his statement, as you may have realized by now. You see, there is a coded message there that is clearly indicating that whoever is the National Security Coordinator should either know whether the guy is lying or not. Whether he knows about the 49 million, whether the 49 million, as he claims he has utilized it, is authorized or not, the National Security Coordinator should know by now. He should have that information. And Mr. Eduboahin clearly captures that in his statement. Then he goes on to list, line by line item, what it is that he has done, or he did, or the agency did with the 49 million. Then he comes to the issue of the company. And he says that I did not get up to go and create a certain company and move money into it. This company was created with the authorization of my bosses. This is the letter. And the letter is there showing that a certain boss of his wrote to him that do this. Why did you use your wife? We will not know. The national security architecture should come and tell the court. Should come and tell the court why a certain head of a national security institution decides to use their wives. They may have genuine reasons. I have been an MC before, at least. And in my municipality, I had the pleasure of seeing chop bar owners, barbers, carpenters, and several kind of persons in this country who are operating in national security for various reasons. So at this juncture, everything you say is purely based on assumptions, speculations, hypothesis. There is only one thing we know for a fact. A certain 49 million cedis was moved from the Signal Bureau's account into a certain BNC account, which happens to be for the head of the Signal Bureau. That's all. Which was supposed to have been meant for payment of a software. That is the only information that, at the moment, in the public space, we know for a fact. Now, the person has come back and said, oh, okay, you are right. I'm not denying that we moved some 49 million. But this is what the 49 million was meant for. And this is why the 49 million found itself in the BNC account. Now, here we are, sitting down now with two, call it contradicting information. Attorney General is saying one thing, the defendant is also saying another thing. And then we are here using hypothesis to determine one of them being right or wrong. At the moment, Samson, you and I, neither of us here, can determine whether what Mr. Eduboahin has said is factual or not. None of us can do that.
We can ask questions.
Yes, that is the only extent.
Including that the Attorney General's charge sheet and the accompanying statement are emphatic and conclusive that monies have been stolen, there's been money laundering, there's been defrauding, and there's been causing financial loss. That there was a purported plan to purchase an installation. And the monies that were supposed to be advanced to the ICS holding, that company, were giving. As we sit now, we don't have that equipment, but monies have been paid.
Okay, so you see, that is why I keep saying that we are just hitting ourselves and some people are getting BPs for nothing. It's a matter of fact. Even the defendant has not denied that some 49 million cedis was moved. But these things you are stating that the Attorney General has charged, the Attorney General is not the court. Doesn't the Attorney General of this country go to court all the time and lose? So the fact that you've indicated certain things in your charge sheet are not necessarily factual or conclusive. That is why you are going to court. You have to go to court and go and prove and provide evidence to your charges on the sheet. The defendant also has the right to also defend himself. So here you are, you've listed plenty of things. The gentleman has also written and also provided some information to his defense. And even gone ahead to say that, National Security Coordinator, now that you have the benefit of more information on this subject matter, I advise that you engage your colleague because I have a right to defend myself and I'm still holding on to more information. You call it blackmail. Why are you calling it blackmail? Doesn't the Attorney General also know that the person you are trying to prosecute cannot be prosecuted like any other citizen? Which is also fact. You know that. Because of the role that he plays in this country. No, please let me. Because of the role he plays in this country. So something, the charge sheet means nothing. The charge sheet is only things that you claim you have information on. The defendant's also, his letter is also nothing. His letter is also claims of what he thinks are his defense. That is why I think we shouldn't be going around these circles. We should simply go to the courts. Go and adduce your evidence that you have on the gentleman in court. Give him room to also come and adduce evidence to whatever it is that he is indicating as his defense. But you bringing in other things and he has houses, so what? Something, you work at multimedia. You are a lawyer. But I'm sure you have other businesses. So if I come and pick your multimedia salary and say, something you tell this we have much they make and see all these things you do, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are a thief. I must prove that indeed which other property or asset you have actually connects to whatever it says that I claim you have stolen.
In the courtroom, Eduboahen has the right to be absolutely silent and not to say one word and allow the Attorney General to prove his guilt up to a certain point.
Yes. No, but let me conclude. Just give me an indication of conclusion, I'll conclude. Okay. So the point I'm making is that all these hypotheses and speculations and if, as a matter of fact, I can also tell Bryce Simmons that, yes, the National Security Minister authorized it. Then it negates every other assumption he's making. That, yes, the National Security Council is also aware. Then it negates everything. We don't know these things for a fact. So all these charts and attempts to, create a certain correlation based on some formulas, they do not help in law. We are just doing politics with the matter. The Attorney General should freeze all these public engagements. Mr. Eduboahen should cease writing anymore. After all, he knew the kind of sensitive role he was going for. He's been a national security couple. He understands what comes with the job. He should go to court and go and defend himself.
Thank you.
Attorney General should go to court and go and prove it.
Attorney General is in court.
So he should stop talking. That's what we are saying.
He's not been talking.
Oh, he has been.
He spoke and went to
court. And spoke again. He's back. He's done press conferences twice.
Before he went to court.
No, after court he came back. The second press conference was after he's been to court.
No. So after he had filed the charges.
So before the charges, he came to speak.
Okay, thank you.
Then he went to court.
All right.
Then when he went to court, he came back to speak.
So the day the charges were filed, the Attorney General spoke. That was the last time.
Yeah, but he's been speaking. So he's been speaking, not once.
I want to state, as a matter of fact, that he's not been speaking afterwards.
After what? He has been speaking afterwards. The day he came to do the last press conference he did, were they not already in court?
That was the day the charges were filed.
But it was after the court.
So the fact I'm bringing out is that after that, the Attorney General has not been speaking.
That is speaking twice. That is what you should do. That's speaking twice.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Welcome to another exciting edition of Beyond the Numbers, coming to you live here from Basudu in Kukumlemle in Accra. My name is Winston Taki, and I'm doing this amazing show with my brother.
Caleb Zebulon. It's good to be here, like always.
Today your swag no day ground.
Oh, I'm watching you, bro.
Awesome. So viewers, today I'm sure a lot of us have observed the sudden trend of the Ghana cedi appreciating against the dollar. One will say if it's going down or it's going up, we keep saying the Bank of Ghana, but this time around, either they are doing it or not, kudos to the central bank for us witnessing such tremendous appreciation of the cedi. But we want to also go deeper to understand what is really causing the cedi, what has been the trend over the past few years or few months, and what are the triggers so far. What is the central bank doing, and what is the global outlook of the currency? Its impact on our reserves, also its impact on our service of our debt. Possibly we'll also assess to see how the pound is also responding to the market triggers globally, and will bring you down to what is really happening there. You can join the conversation also on Zoom and on WhatsApp, and let's hear what you have to say. We'll also be joined on Zoom by the Bank of Ghana. That is the head officer in charge of financial market department at the Bank of Ghana, who will be giving us some insight on what the central bank is doing, and also deep information with regards to the outlook going forward. So stay tuned with us here on Beyond the Numbers, and let's go straight to the numbers right now on the screen. So, Caleb, we'll go to the numbers shortly, but the dollar is running some, possibly not like Usain Bolt, but the cedi is rather overtaking the dollar. What do you make of that?
Yeah, Winston. So the first few weeks of this month, May, we've seen that the cedi has appreciated sharply against the dollar. And this morning, when you check on the online platform, Bloomberg, Global Finance, Reuters, it says that $1 is trading for 13 cedis, 40 pesos. And this is the lowest we've seen since May 2024, which is good news for everyone. Even though on the forex markets it's still about 14 cedis per dollar, but online, almost all the online trading platforms sell it as 13 cedis, 40 pesos now, which is good news. And then, so as you can see on the slide,
yes,
from January till March and some parts of April, the dollar was very stable. And this was very unlikely.
And this stability is very interesting.
Exactly.
It was stable between March and May 2025.
Around February, March, April.
Around 15 cedi, 55%. It stayed there.
Very stable for a long time. And it was very surprising because if you look at the trend, the exchange rate always goes up. Even though there are some ups and downs you can see, it's always an upward direction. But then for the first time in a very long time, and we'll get to the trend over the past 7 years or so, this is the longest we've seen the cedi to dollar value stay almost the same, which is incredible. But then in the first month of May, we've seen this huge drop from 15 to now 13 cedis, 40 pesos, which is, it's tremendous.
What is quite interesting is that we realized that in the first month of January, we started servicing most of our maturing debt, Eurobond in most of the cases, and we made those payments. Nonetheless, that is when we started witnessing some marginal decline in the dollar to the tune of 14 cedis, 60 pesos. And we saw it climbing up between January to February, that period there. And interesting enough, from 16 Ghana cedis
in November,
40 pesos in November, that was a very scary moment. We saw people deciding to buy more dollar to hold because they feared that depreciation will weigh away the value of the currency. And businesses were quite vociferous, especially the Guta, who were saying that the prices of imported products keep going up and they could not withstand and were consistently putting pressure on the central bank to intervene. There were several intervention strategies. We saw the gold for oil policy that came to light. That program was another very interesting there. But 13 cedis, 40 pesos. Some would say wonders or signs and wonders.
But it's also very interesting because in November, when it went to 16.4, that was right before the elections. And when we saw the drop, we even did a show here. We're saying that it's suspicious. Right before the election, the cedi is performing very well against the dollar, and it dropped all the way down to 14.6 cedi to the dollar in January 2025. And since then, it went up, but it stopped at 15.5. That's where it maintained for about 3 months. The longest. So you can go to the next slide. And
as we were saying before, even we get to that, we saw the IMF review, who were initially advocating when they met recently during the meeting. They said this is a positive indication. It gives positive outlook to international market, looking at how the cedi is performing. But let's take a look at the from 2020 to 2025. What do you make? I see a lot of greens. What is happening here?
So the first thing I wanted us to look at was this part.
Yes.
This is where the cedi to the dollar was very stable, around the $15.5 mark. And if you look from 2022 to 2025, that's around here to all the way here.
Yes.
You can see that it's always going up. There's always ups and downs, always going up. There's no period where it's just stable. That was before 2022. We could see very significant stability.
Yeah.
But then from 2022 to 2025, the stability was not really there. It was very volatile. Either it's going up or ups and downs. So this is the first time in a very long time that we are seeing that the cedi to the dollar has been very stable, which is very good news. And then at the first week of May, we've seen that it has dropped from 15 to now 13. But then I made this part red because of a very interesting precedent.
Go deeper.
Yeah, so in 2022, I don't know if you all recall this, but in 2022, November 2022 to be specific, the dollar climbed up to 14.3 to the cedi. And all this is the interbank rate, not the black market or the local rate. So it jumped up to 14.3, and that was the highest we've ever seen. That was when the country was, you can say, in a crisis.
Yes.
So it went up to 14.3. And then in a month, from November to December, it dropped sharply to 9 cedis. And we're all happy about it, like the way we are happy right now.
Yes.
But then in just in a few months, the next month actually, from November 14%, 14.6 cedis to the dollar, it went down to 9 cedis. Then it went sharply up again to 12 cedis. So in just a space of 3 months, the dollar went from 14 to 9 and went back up to 12 again. So I brought this in because we've seen this drop before. But the thing is that before this drop we are seeing now, there was stability, which we hadn't seen before, which is a very good news for the market. Listen.
People are wondering whether we can sustain this stability.
Exactly.
And that is
sustainability.
A very typical question. The sustenance of the stability. One thing that we could quite agree to the fact that this cedi going through a very interesting marathon began since the period of COVID from 2022. We keep saying, if you look at the average jump from this point, which is basically 5 cedi,
around 5
pesos, we jumped as high as 14 cedis to the 16 cedis.
The highest we've seen so
even
far.
13 cedi. So you keep wondering whether these corresponding figures go with the same inflationary trend and how the central bank's policy has been. If you look at, you get to understand the behavior of the monetary policy rate based on the performance of the cedi and how inflation is behaving quite for some time now. If you look at the first quarter of 2025, you realize that if you look, the inflation has been marginal, increasing by 0.3%, and you've seen the rate of 4. As of today, we got the figure at 22.1%.
1.2,
which is 1.2%, and that is very interesting. The averaging 0.18 basis points, and this is quite commendable, meaning that the economic triggers are responding to policy, and that is something that we are hoping it will be sustained subsequently into the rest of the year. And businesses will feel the impact. Although the cedi is going up, is appreciating, there are implications to this effect because already we have a lot of obligations, especially payments of debt, maturing debt. Although the cedi is appreciating, meaning that it's going to cost more to service our domestic debt or our external debt. And if that is the case, meaning that we'll need more cedis to service our dollar-related debt, we're hoping that the time will come where we are able to get to that point. There are also indications that internationally, the cedi is performing well on the international market because people are pulling away from the U.S. market due to the tariff announcement by Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That has triggered a lot of investment into the Asian market because they find it quite sustainable, not sure of the volatility or stability in the U.S. market. People are also seeing the gold as proper preserve.
Exactly.
We'll come to that.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, from the cedi, we want to see what is happening now to another very important figure. But before we come to the gold, Caleb, you were mentioning how the 13 cedis, 40 pesos has been quite prevalent on a lot of platforms.
Yes, so right now, almost all the trading platforms are now 13 cedis, 40 pesos, or slightly closer to 14 cedis, which is the lowest. So as you can see from the red line, it's the lowest for 1 year now. So from May last year to May this year, this is the lowest that the cedis to the dollar has ever been, which is good news. But people want to understand why, like what's happening now that hasn't happened before. Why is this? Why are we seeing this now? Why is the appreciation happening now?
The director will help us with the next slide.
The next slide, exactly.
The next slide, but it's a bit static, but you go on.
Yeah, but mainly because of our exports, and So the central bank, last week our colleague had a conversation with the governor of the central bank, and he said there's increased foreign forex inflows into the country, which is mainly because of gold. Now gold prices are an all-time high, about $3,000 per ounce. That's the highest I've ever been, and it keeps going up. And because we are a gold-producing country, we are benefiting a lot from the increased gold prices. In 2020, last year in 2024, we raked in about 1.4 billion from gold. This year, we raked in 2.3 billion, which means we've had an excess of 1 billion as compared to last year. And in previous years, we had a cocoa syndicated loan to help. But since the cocoa syndicated loan is not there anymore, we are now falling on to our other commodities, which is gold. So gold has brought in so much dollars into the country now that it's helping the central bank offset some of the demand and then the supply restrictions.
It gives us a very good macro outlook.
Exactly.
The year 2025, based on the policies that were put in place by the central bank. Initially, when they brought about these policies, there were a lot of allegations.
And you mean the gold precious problem?
Exactly. Central bank was quite consistent, saying that these measures take time. And so far, we're seeing the trickle-down impact of the gold reserve program. We'll certainly be speaking to the central bank on this particular topic. I want to take our viewers through the Bank of Ghana's gold reserves for the year 2020, from 2023 to 2025, how we've accumulated so far. So you realize that from 2023 to 2025, as at 2023, our gold reserve was 8.7 tons, and it kept growing from 8 to 16, 16 to 20. That is in February 2024. So between this short period, between this 2 years period,
just 2 years,
it's been interesting. We're as low as 8.7. Many people always make sure your currency is backed. But it appeared that as at May 2023, our currency was not really backed strongly. Possibly it was backed because we did not feel the depreciation happening as of that period. But if you look at the statistics, as of 2023, we realized that we experienced great disinflation here, depreciation here, which is 14.3. That's when the city was down. And if you look at our gold reserve as at that time, 2023, it was 8.7. So it gives a very interesting outlook. But we keep seeing our reserves increasing to the tune of 30.5 and now stands at 31.3. And your explanation to that speaks a lot of volume to this data.
So because the Bank of Ghana now has the gold purchasing program, they started to accumulate gold in their reserves, which is supposed to help build confidence in the markets. Because if maybe another crisis or something happens, investors are aware that there's gold that can easily be sold and then used to back up the currency or any other thing. So there's more of confidence in the markets. The gold reserves now has added a little more confidence into the market. And if you go to the next slide, you can see that gold has gone up.
Yes.
Exactly. This is what I was talking about. Our gold exports, when we export the gold, we are getting dollars. So our gold exports has gone up from 1.4 last year to 2.3. And this is for just the first 2 months of the year, January and February. And this is the highest we've seen since 2016. If you go to the next slide again.
This is over basically 100% increase, and that's very interesting.
And if you go to the next slide again, you see that cocoa export too has gone up again because now we are benefiting from the high cocoa prices on the market. Last year, we couldn't really benefit from the high cocoa prices because we were locked into some forward sales. But now we are benefiting from the high cocoa price on the market, which is why more forex and more currency has come back to show up the city. It's a very good thing.
Okay, but we will come back to these numbers very shortly as viewers are watching us from all over the world. We are at the moment being joined by the central bank. That is Mr. Nisowa Ahulu, is the officer in charge of financial market department at the Bank of Ghana, who is joining us on Zoom. Good afternoon, sir. It's good to have you here on Beyond the Numbers.
Yeah, good afternoon to you at the studio and good afternoon to listeners.
Amazing. We'd like to understand, the Ghanaian cedi appreciated by approximately 5.3% against the US dollar in April 2025, culminating in a 7.44% year-to-date gain. What key factors have actually contributed to this notable performance?
Yeah, thank you very much. The notable performance we've had, like you have discussed in the studio, has been supported by the significant accumulation in gold reserves. As a result of our domestic gold purchase program, we've also had significant foreign exchange purchases from the mines and the international oil companies. We've also had significant inflows from cocoa, like you've shown from your graph to viewers. We've also had significant and strong inflows from remittances. We've also had some significant corporate FX inflows, which has together, or I would say collectively, supported the cedi over the period.
Okay, thank you. But also, there are reports that the Bank of Ghana injected almost $500 million into the markets in the month of April. And is this true? And also, is this what's keeping the cedi to the dollar very stable? And if this is what's keeping it stable, how long can the bank sustain this?
Well, let me indicate that what the bank does is to provide support to significant sectors when there is build-up in demand pressures. So you're right. In April, the demand you see there was coming out of increases in demand from the energy sector, from manufacturing, fast-moving consumer goods, and the like, which is what is accounting for what you see. But a significant proportion of it is mostly for the energy sector support to ensure that payments are on track, which provides stability for us on the energy sector, as well as its overall impact on economic growth. So that is what you saw in April.
Okay, great. Beyond central bank interventions, how have global economic dynamics, such as the U.S. tariff, their policies influenced the cedi's appreciation during this period?
You're right. The U.S. tariff imposed on its trading counterparties has created some recession fears. And indeed, Donald Trump himself has hinted that Americans should brace up for some pain in the short term. Because of the recession fears, the U.S. economy and the U.S. dollar has become relatively unattractive, causing some sell-offs of the U.S. dollars and other assets, which therefore is leading to increase in demand for other assets as safe havens. And we have gold as one of them. And that is why with the uncertainties, you are seeing the rally in gold prices. And for us as well, because of the build-up as a result of the gold purchase program, we are also benefiting significantly from these uncertainties and its effect on the prices, which is also helping to reinforce the FX build-up that you are seeing.
Oh, thank you. And I think the last question is, now the central bank now has a reserve of 31.37 tons of gold. And how is that building the confidence of investors? Is this doing something for investors? And also, looking at the balance sheets of the bank, would this increase in gold reserves help push the bank out from this negative equity position?
Okay. The impact of building reserves is to give confidence to investors that the central bank has enough to be able to support its currency when it's under pressure, as well as giving assurance to external investors that maturities of their investment in the country can be supported with the necessary FX for payment. So this build-up in reserves is giving the appropriate confidence. And in that regard, then, you also have a reduction in demand pressures or speculation on the currency. And it's the huge build-up you are seeing that is forestalling that speculative part, and also the confidence that people have in the currency, which is inuring to the benefit of the country and the stability we are seeing.
Finally, many are wondering what the central bank is doing. Basically, the Gold for Reserves program involves the central bank purchasing 20% of gold output from mining companies. How does this initiative enhance the country's foreign reserves? Because you've mentioned that a lot is being done to advance our reserves.
Yeah, you're right. We've been mining gold for so many years, but we've never taken a bold initiative like we have done. And therefore, with the initiative we've taken and the significant accumulation you are seeing in the gold side, we are beginning to get the benefit of the natural resource that we've basically neglected in terms of strategy over the years. And like you indicated, we are dealing in this project with the mines, the big mining companies. Currently, we engage about 10 of the mining companies through the Ghana Chamber of Mines. And in doing that, we are able to get the commitment of the banks as to how much they are willing to be able to sell to the central bank over the year. So we are confident in our discussions with them and the agreement we have with them as to how much we are going to get over the year. And that is what gives us the confidence that we can continue to sustain the program.
And I think we'll end here, but aside the inflows we've seen from Forex, we've seen from the remittance space and all of that, is there any step in, let's say, policy-wise, that the bank is taking that has resulted in this appreciation we are seeing so far?
You're right. Let me indicate that what you've seen is two components. We have dwelled a lot on the internal and factors and the initiative. And like I've also mentioned, we've also had the benefit of the external side as a result of the uncertainties that has triggered as a result of the tariff issues. So we have a combination of both the domestic and external factors reinforcing the position we are seeing. And from the central bank's perspective, as long as we continue to maintain prudent monetary stance and consider the program and it's on course. And even let me also add that given the onboard of the gold board, we are expecting that it will even provide the avenue for us to even ramp up a lot more of the gold purchases. And so going forward, it should be good for us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nyesola Ahulu. We appreciate your time here on Beyond the Numbers. We've been speaking to the officer in charge of Financial Market Department at the Bank of Ghana, Mr. Nyesola Ahulu. We appreciate your time. So, yes, it appeared that you've had the central bank's decision, the new approach, the direction of policy, and how critical it is to advance the initiative of ensuring that our city remains in a very comfortable lead. But it appears he said a lot of things. He
said a lot.
Quite interested in the aspect of Ghana now taking the bold decision to ensure we mine Gold Coast. Over the years, we failed to ensure that our gold deposit reflects in our economic performance.
I mean, and like the rep from the Bank of Ghana said, the gold board is not fully in operation yet. So when it comes into operation, they are expecting that more gold is going to come into the central bank's reserves, which boosts our confidence in the markets with the reserves, and also with more forex inflows from the sale of the gold that we are now going to get from the gold board, which is going to be tremendous. So he's painting a picture that we are going to see some much more appreciation in the coming months, and also because of the dollar itself is losing value in the international markets. Because the dollar right now, because of Trump's uncertainties and his trade policies and his more protectionist in the US points of view, people are trying to move away from the dollar more and move to now gold, which is why we are benefiting so much, which is a good thing for us. And also the US, Trump says he wants a weaker dollar because that's going to enhance the exports of US goods. So if, looking at these factors, if Trump remains Trump, we might see...
If Trump remains Trump,
exactly.
I like the rhyme there.
If Trump remains Trump, we might see a little more appreciation in the coming months.
In as much as we are experiencing this phenomenal performance from the city, it appears that it has its demerits, especially in the world of trade. Yeah. It's good news, but in the world of trade, it has its own demerit. Surely we are to expect reduced export competitiveness, because if we look at our performance to other industries, we're going to see quite uncompetitive performance, basically based on our export. We tend to have less because the dollar value change difference will be quite minimal if we were to export. So we feel it in our trade deficit shortly, because our revenue expectation will come down. We export oil. Because of our expectation from oil revenue, we are likely to see minimal revenue collection from our oil export. And also gold as well. Gold export in terms of revenue will experience a minimal depreciation, or let's say downfall in revenue, shortfall in revenue subsequently. Another very interesting thing that we should expect is the impact on foreign exchange earnings, which I've made mention. So these are the things we should be expecting. However, the announcement and the receipt of it and the rate of fall, as you made mention, we've seen this before. Whether it is sustainable.
Exactly. Sustainability is key.
Exactly. Whether it is a sign, it's a wonders. We are still reading the market. We'll make sure here on Beyond the Numbers, we bring you up-to-date information on what is happening on the market. I'm sure a lot of you have sent your messages on Facebook. We'll make sure on Friday here on Beyond the Numbers at 5:30 p.m., we'll bring you insightful analysis and follow-up on research figures and numbers that are well reliable that you can use on industry. So yes, today we touched on the city. Friday, we'll not keep you informed though, but expect the best.
Yeah, what do you say? Yeah, everyone should tune in on Friday and we'll show them what we have.
Awesome. My name is Winston Taki and the chairman himself.
I'm Caleb Zoblem. It was nice being here.
Amazing. So we'll see you same time on Friday, 5:30. Have a wonderful business day. Bye-bye.
Why do you think we have less billionaires in Africa?
Our economies are too small. That's why we cannot have billionaires. Or it's difficult to have billionaires. And most of our business people are concentrated only in their countries. So with your economy, there's no way you can make that amount of money. Egypt, for example, the population of Egypt, I think, is about 80 million. The population of Ghana is what, 18, 20 million?
Yeah, 30 million.
30 million. So it's not much. So the economy is not big enough to create billionaires. Nigeria, yes, the population is big enough to create billionaires, and they have the wealth, they have the natural resources. I mean, in Africa, most governments will tell you, the private sector is the engine of growth. But let me tell you one thing generally in Africa. If somebody in the private sector, makes that amount of money, the politicians are scared of him because they think his next step is politics. So they don't want you to be that rich so that you have that control. And also, but we've seen it. We've seen some people, once they make the money, the next thing they want to do is to get into politics. So again, vice versa, the politicians, when they make money in politics, they want to go into business. So I would advise the businessmen, please stay in business. Politicians, please stay in politics. I am staying in business. I am not going anywhere close to politics.
Entrepreneurs like Taff makes me feel so proud as an African. You know why? Because he's a man that believes in Africa, believes in Africans, and most importantly, he believes that a black man is capable of managing his own affairs.
Yes, everything I have was made in Africa. I was born in Africa, raised in Africa, and made in Africa.
So does it mean that it's possible to make it in Africa as an African?
It's very possible as an African. And we've seen so many Africans who's made their wealth in Africa.
So why do Africans feel like it's not possible to make it in Africa?
Well, the game of football, let's take the game of football. In the game of football, the ball is there and it's for 22 of you. Anybody who has the ball has to go for the ball. So you go for the opportunities. There are opportunities. Some see it as a challenge. People like us, we see it as an opportunity.
I feel like if you're watching this video, we should all come together and give him a round of applause. And if you cannot clap your hands, just like this video to appreciate a man with integrity, a humble man that has so much passion to develop Africa. When we first ever met, this was his vision.
Over the next 20 years is to develop 1 million homes across sub-Saharan Africa. And that's why we're in Nigeria.
I've known him for the past 3 years, and I must confess, Taff always walk the talk. Within a space of 3 years, he returned to Gambia to build Taff City.
Clusters of estates are being built. By December this year, inshallah, the whole estate will be ready and people will be living here. There you go. Go on. Wow.
He's well known for a sustainable, affordable housing.
With our development, number one is sustainability. So obviously with the environment, you saw what's happening in Dubai.
Yeah.
You know, with rain and everything. Here in West Africa, you've noticed the heat. So we really need to plant as many trees as possible. So what we do, the general formula is that for every house that we build, we plant 5 fruit trees. So you feed people. And along the streets, on average, for every 4 meters, for example, from there, you go 1, 2, 3, 4 meters, there's a royal palm. And in this case, because it's in a boulevard, we put in 2 of them. So you can imagine, for example, all the streets along here.
Yeah.
In the next 5, 7 years, like you'll go to see the estate that you visited, how mature the trees are. Everywhere will be green.
That's more like your signature.
Yes.
If you say it's going to be affordable, how much will it cost me to buy a bungalow, like a 2-bedroom bungalow?
For example, here it's costing about $25,000 in dollar terms. But the nice thing about Nigeria is that all the goods that we use are manufactured here. And we're doing semi-finishes. So it's affordable. So you have first access to the land. The land is properly all demarcated, all laid out properly. You know, so, and then you have proper title, which is a challenge in Africa.
Yep.
So you have your proper title. Now, when you move in, then you have a choice. But when I walk into our model homes, we're showing people that, look, when you buy it as a semi-finished house, you can now go on to finish it up like this.
And the visionary leader is back again in Nigeria for Greater Taff City. So this is Greater Taff City?
Yes.
Taff City is the Gambia?
Taff City in the Gambia. Sierra Leone is Taff Salone, micro city.
Okay.
Actually, my general manager said, no, don't call us micro. You know, they're small. Because Taff City is 5,000 houses, 500 hectares. Taff Salone, 5,000 houses. We only have 80 hectares for now, but we're going to get more.
Yeah.
Port Harcourt Greater Port Harcourt is a new development.
Okay.
It is something they've redesigned the whole city. And it's not only here, but it's the whole of Port Harcourt is going to be redesigned again. It's like a urban renewal. So we're in partnership with them, and we're handling their affordable housing scheme for them. In here, there'll be 3,000.
Okay.
But not only 3,000 homes, but all the amenities. So if you live here, you don't get out of here. Everything that you want should be here. Shopping malls, schools, a police station, fire station, mosque, church, cemetery, you know,
cemetery
schools.
here?
Yeah, play fields, anything that you want. People die now, so you have to have a cemetery.
How many people are working here currently?
Currently, we have started 435 houses, and on average, for every house, say between 20 and 25. So do the maths. Close to 8,000 people are working here already.
You must be fulfilled anytime you walk in here, seeing the number of people working on site. How do you feel? Because even though this does not belong to me, but I'm so happy.
Well, I feel good. I feel really good. Yes, very much fulfilled that I am putting food on the table that is much needed in Africa. So I feel good. While these guys are here working, you're really taking them off the street. Here in Port Harcourt, I mean, there's a lot of crime. There's a lot of young people who are idling. But the moment we come into a community like this and we start building, crime just goes down. Because we offer opportunity to young people to pick up a trade, to work, and obviously put food on the table. So I'm fulfilled, I'm really fulfilled seeing this. Well, I'm Mustafa Njai, AKA Taff. Started my business 34 years ago But as you know, I started all this being a very stubborn young man, just like your trajectory. You know, I left high school when every young man wanted to go into university and study, have a degree, get a white-collar job. I finished high school in 1975 at the age of 18 and wanted to pursue being a carpenter.
So you literally did not go to university?
No, I didn't.
You ended up becoming a carpenter?
Yes. When I was so good in woodwork, you know, and so in high school, there were only 3 high schools at our time. You know, that was a long time ago in the Gambia.
Yeah.
So I was out of the best high schools in the Gambia. So I finished, and because I was so good in woodwork, I was employed to teach, you know, 3 months later as a junior teacher. So in the same school that I was, by June I graduated. September I was employed to be a junior teacher in woodwork. And that was how my career started. And I just loved it. I followed my passion.
And how did a carpenter become a real estate developer?
Well, fast track, I mean, from carpentry, I joined a British firm. I was in construction in the Gambia called Balfour Beatty. I was employed as an engineer's assistant. And basically what I should have spent learning in university, I learned it on the job. You know, I was working with trained British engineers, so I learned everything on the job. Fast track, I worked for 15 good years, you know, doing my apprenticeship, which is important to the young people. So I worked for 4 different employers, but 3 mainly in construction. Then I started my own business, first starting with conventional construction. So when somebody has a house to build, I would build it for him or for her. And then I started tendering for jobs, you know, for internationally funded jobs or government funded jobs. But in 2000, I just had this niche to build for mainly Africans or Gambians who were living in the diaspora. You know the story everywhere.
Yeah.
They wanted houses and they would spend money and they would not get their houses. And that's how it really started. Started with 5 houses, you know, and it got sold out. I said, wow, so there's a demand. So my first mass housing was in the Gambia, called Yarambamba.
Okay.
210 units on 10 hectares. At the time we were selling it at $15,000 finished. It also got sold out in 1 year. So the next one I did was 600 units in Brookfield Gardens. And then I can't just stop. From there, I mean, I've been now looking at, because I was growing so big and so fast, I just thought, look, Gambia was too small for me. I felt it at a very early stage that, look, if I really want to do what I want to do and fulfill my dream, I need to get out of the source of the Gambia. So 2012, I came to Nigeria and met then the governor of River State, signed up a golf estate of 1,200 units. Today, it's history. You'll see it later. And then, you remember, I told you that anything that's less than 1,000, I wasn't interested.
You're not interested.
But you know, not only 1,000 now, I am multiplying 1,000 by 20. And bigger than 20, there's something in cooking, when people hear it, it's mind-blowing.
With all these things that you're doing, what is that one quote, yeah, that keeps you going?
Teamwork. Teamwork. Look, I have the expertise, and like all of us, you know, Bill Gates with Microsoft and all his wealth, he's just an individual. I'm sure he doesn't know maybe 99% of his employees.
Yep.
Tesla, what's the guy's name again?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. He doesn't know probably 99.9% of his employees. And Africans need to understand this. So what I'm doing now is taking that route where we are branding. We've branded our product, so it's a tough house. So now I dilute myself, or I clone people to work for me. Like today, if you went to the Gambia and spoke to my general manager, she will tell you exactly how things work. I don't need to be there. An African needs to learn this, that, you know, there's a time in life, and very short. Physically, I am 67 years old. I cannot do what I was doing, you know, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But God forbid, if I drop dead, life, it continues. And we need to see now, you know, African businesses, you know, moving from one generation to the other. There must be continuity. There must be, you know, business transforming from one generation to the other. So that's my focus.
It means you believe in generational wealth.
Oh yes, oh yes. It's a must. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. Whatever you are doing, make sure that there's good governance, It's accountable, legally structured, you know, with discipline, and that is it. Then you, at the end of the day, you are totally irrelevant. You know, actually, if I walk down the side here now, not everybody knows me. They don't know me, and it's very important. They don't have to know who I am. I can walk in the street and doing all this in Port Harcourt, they don't know who I am. That's irrelevant. And we need to now think as Africans, if we want to develop, we need to stop that issue of, you know, holding things to ourselves. Because if you think back maybe 2 generations before us, there were some businesses that were doing very well. Now they've just disappeared. Because it was all centered around one person. If you drop dead, that is it. The family is not built, it's a family business. They're not prepared well enough to move on. So for my business, like here in Nigeria, there's not a single Gambian within this structure. There's no Gambian. They're all 100% Nigerian.
Like everyone working in here?
Yes, 100%. My management, the most hospitable people in Africa are the Nigerians. I am talking from living in Nigeria for the past 12 years. I love Nigeria. Look, there are the ups and downs of Nigeria because of size. 200 million people and counting. But honestly and fairly, I mean, I have found Nigerians to be very hospitable. They're go-getters. They can be very aggressive, you know. But I thank God, honestly, I know my way around here. I know my way around here. Yes, there are difficulties, like challenges, like everywhere in the world. But this is the place to be.
With a project like this is massive, right?
Yes.
How do you fund such projects?
How do I fund it?
Such
now,
projects,
funding, what we do first is, obviously, as a business that has existed for 30 years, we have our own money.
Okay.
We've saved enough so that the seed capital that is needed, one, for pre-construction, we finance it. And that's a must. We cannot come to somebody to finance it for us. So all the studies that we do, everything is funded by us. And then the seed capital to start the business is done by us. And actually nowadays, we don't use any bank financing. We're not looking for bank financing.
Wow.
Because look, Maya, you are in Ghana. What are the interest rates in Ghana?
30%.
30%. In Sierra Leone, Nigeria is the same. Sierra Leone is the same. Gambia, about 20%. Do you make 30% profit?
No.
So why should you work for somebody else? So we don't look for bank financing. Because the only way we can access financing or use financing is if it's single digit. Because otherwise, we pass on this cost to the client, the cost of finance. So it's 30% more expensive just for the finance. So what we do is we bring in our own money first, which costs us nothing, and then within our cash flow, we start selling off-plan. Wow. People pay some deposits. But remember, you can only do this once you've built a brand. Because we have a brand.
And the brand has integrity.
Yes. So people know that, look, if I pay 20% to TAF Africa Global, you know, they will not run away with my money. So again, an advice to the young ones, because I always want to link it to the young ones. Because often which you hear all the time, that, oh, how can I be like you, Maya? Or Mr. Taff, how can I be like you? They need to do your apprenticeship, number one, and then build up those values that people will trust you.
Taff, are you a billionaire?
I'm not a billionaire. You know what a billion is in dollars?
Yeah.
It's $1,000 million.
Yeah.
I think in terms of asset value, I am a millionaire in dollars.
Tough. That's
so to have 1,000, I don't have $1,000 million. I don't have it. Asset? Oh, no, I don't have it. Oh, no, I don't have it. I can tell you, I'm not a billionaire. But if you want to address me as a millionaire, you can. I have more than $1 million. Anybody who's got more than $1 million, yes, then you are a millionaire. But for me, that's totally irrelevant. And I've told you this over and over and over
this
again.
This is the first time you're telling me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's irrelevant. And in other interviews
why is it irrelevant?
Because that doesn't matter to me. For me now, what is most important is positively impacting lives. That's what I enjoy. Look, the money is only good in the bank. And they will tell you, okay, let's say you have $2 million. What is it? You have 2 0 0 0 6 zeros somewhere. You cannot even touch it. Have you heard, what's his name? Dangote, when he said about when he wanted to be sure he has money, what he did?
You know, and one day I went to a bank. Yeah. You know, at that time there were no restrictions of this, and I wrote a check and cash $10 million. And I took it home.
For yourself?
For myself, yes.
You cashed $10 million from the
yes,
bank?
Yes.
Yes, and took it?
I put it in the boot of my vehicle.
Yeah.
But I brought it, and I went there by myself. I drove myself to the bank. I cashed the money. And, you know, I put it in my room, and I looked at the money, and I took it back to the bank the next day.
I'm sure Dangote, if you ask him from his wallet, he will not even take out $10 or $1,000.
Can I ask you how much money you have in your wallet today?
Today?
Yeah, how much money you have in your pocket?
You'll be very, very surprised. I don't even have, not even $1, nothing.
You have no money on you?
Nothing. Nothing. I have nothing.
So for me, that is irrelevant. But what I enjoy really, that I have a passion for, is impacting people's lives. I love that, where it's least expected.
So let's be like you're a billionaire in terms of impacting people's lives. So let's talk about being a billionaire in that aspect. Are you touching billion lives so far?
No. Because a billion lives, our populations are quite small. You know, even in Nigeria, it's only 200 million. And I haven't touched 200 million lives, to be realistic. Even in the Gambia, I haven't touched everybody's lives. And it is irrelevant now counting the numbers. What is important is once you touch one life, then they will now go on and touch others. It's like a pyramid. I am sitting at the top, you know, so whatever I do, when you go down the base, it widens up. And that's what's important. And I don't even have to directly touch the lives of those at the base of the pyramid. So for me, that's what I do, and that's what I love. And I want to be remembered doing that. I want to die every day, to the last second, just touching people's lives. Reducing inequality. The issue is not about me having $1 million. No. The world is a huge cake. And in that cake, we all cannot have equal shares. But let every person have a taste of that cake. But what our leaders do today, in every aspect, they want to eat all the cake, and some will go hungry and die in it. That is wrong.
Do you have a problem with the leadership in Africa?
Or as always, everywhere. We're trying as much as possible, you know, but leadership, because it's personalized. When you're a leader, you are there to serve your followers. So every single leader, regardless of where you are, whether you are in the church, in the mosque, whether you are leading a football team or a basketball team, whether you are leading in politics, wherever you are, please know that it's not about you. It's about people who you leave behind. So we need to understand that, you know, the human flesh, we cannot live beyond, these days, average 80 years. But your legacy should be, you should be remembered for the good deeds that you have done. And that's what I stand for. I want to be remembered that, look, this is the man who worked on a design of a house that has now gone across Africa and is providing shelter and also employment for the most needed in Africa.
Now I want to know the type of houses that you're building in here.
Okay, now let me tell you first, Maya, in trying to develop 1 million homes, you know, across different countries, I have worked out and done my research on the needs of the people. That look, you can no longer be living in a mansion or a big house. Simple reason, let's work on data. Data is key.
Yeah.
The population of West Africa is about over 400 million.
Yep.
Population growth is about 2.5% or so per annum. So simply meaning 1% is what? 4 million? Yes?
Yeah.
1% is 4 million?
Yeah.
So 2.5. For every year, you're going to have 2.5 million or more, you know, new lives. So therefore, land is becoming scarce. I can talk about Gambia, for example. Population density in Gambia, it's the 5th or 6th most dense in the continent. And the same thing in all these West African countries. So what I've done is first, to make sure that we set up a design that is concise and also reasonable because of cost. So we have 3 different designs now. Now, in every country, the same design is given a local name.
Okay.
For example, here in the Gambia, this is the most affordable, in Nigeria, this is the most affordable, and it's 7 meters by 7 meters, 49 square meters, and it's called the Charity.
Charity.
Charity. Named after a lady. I only name my houses after ladies.
He's a ladies' man.
Yes. and then in Sierra Leone, it is called the Saleh.
Okay.
In the Gambia, it's called the Mariatu.
Okay.
So let me ask you now, you be on the other side. If I come to Ghana with this, what name should I give it? Ladies' name. Trudy. Trudy, huh? So Trudy, get ready. So this is 7 by 7 meters. So it's a starter home.
Okay.
So you start from there. And what we're doing now in Nigeria, we're selling semi-finished. As you can see now, we build the structure, give you a parcel of land that is 250 square meters, 10 by 25.
Okay.
So you have space to build another one. Imagine 250 less 50. So it means that the space that is left is 4 times bigger than the house itself.
Wow.
So you have a lot of space.
So you can build your own house.
You can build your own house if you want. So now in here, let me walk you through. You do the structure, do the roof, no ceiling. You do the pipe work for the electrical. You do the pipe work for the electrical. And here you go. So now you have a decent living room. So living and dining. So it's a starter home. If you go to England, with due respect to them, they live in even smaller houses than this with big families.
Yeah.
So that's what we've done here. Good ventilation. We leave the ceiling for you to complete it. So as you make money, you can be buying your materials and finishing it yourself.
Okay.
Now, on the left-hand side here is the kitchen. So if you want, this wall can go, and you can have a counter here. So it's an open kitchen. So there you go. We've put the pipes in. The pipes are all in. So you can finish it up with your tiles, and then, put your counter, whatever, and finish it up. But the thing is, it can grow. I mean, if it's for civil servant, as you make money monthly or 3 monthly, you can buy 5 square meters of tiles, do the tiles, you can buy a door, and so on. So there, from here, you have 1 bedroom here. So here you have a bedroom here.
Yeah.
It's ensuite. So you call it a master's bedroom.
Yeah, master bedroom.
But reasonable. I mean, Maya, think about it.
Yeah.
What do you need in a bedroom?
Just a bed.
A bed. How big is a bed? If it's a master even, it's 1.8 meters by 1.8 meters.
Yeah.
That's less than 4 square meters.
Yep.
So then a wardrobe, the area of an wardrobe is not more than 1.5 meters.
Yeah.
So 5.5 meters, square meters. Then some space, double it up. You don't need more than 10 square meters for a bedroom.
And this is the beginning of life.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
I mean, you don't need anything.
So you've got your ensuite there, and then you have a second bedroom here. You have a toilet this here, so the guests that you have can use this, and then this bedroom, the second one, can use this one.
Oh, okay.
And from here, you can graduate into something else. In the West, that's what it happens.
Yep. So how much will you sell this one?
And this is about $22,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, $22,000.
So does it mean that, someone can buy it, finish it, and add, the finishing amount of money to it, and then you sell it to another person?
Yes, you can. You can. But we're trying to address the first-time buyers. We don't want to encourage people who speculate. Because if you open it up that much, you will never address, those who are in absolute need of houses. Somebody has money, so he sees an opportunity, come and buys a lot, and then start speculating. That's not what we do here. So because remember, this is very political because the government put in the land at no cost.
Oh.
So they want their citizens to have access to this. So we're now talking to mortgage banks to give them mortgages. But those who are buying now, they have a 1-year payment plan with us.
Wow.
They pay 20%, and then they will pay monthly for a year.
So is it sold out or is it still selling?
This type here in the first phase is sold out. Initially, when we first started, people thought, oh, it's too small, this will not sell. It's the first one to go.
Okay.
So this is the charity. Let me now take you through the second one. The second one is the favor. We give you more land, so you have 300 square meters here. This is a different design, but we start with a 2-bedroom, bigger 2-bedroom. This is 73 square meters. Remember the first one was 50?
Yeah.
This is 73 square meters. The land here is 300 square meters instead of 250. Now, let me walk you in here.
That's the favor you get. You get
That's the favor.
Extra 50.
Yeah, this is the favor. Yeah. So in the favor here, which I think we should stop here because the favor, you can now expand it to a blessing. So in the favor, you see, you have a bigger living and dining. Both the favor and the blessing are the same size as far as the living room is concerned.
Okay.
Okay? Now you have the kitchen here. The kitchen is the same size as the blessing.
Yeah.
So this is the same. This is the kitchen here. It has an outdoor there. And then here you have a toilet which will be shared by this bedroom and also for guests. Then here you have now one bedroom, and the master bedroom is here.
It's looking.
Yeah. So master bedroom is here, which is ensuite. Yeah. Now, when you open up, you can extend this from the outside to make it a 3-bedroom.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so when you go outside, I will show you.
The space at the back is big.
The space at the back to extend it.
Yeah.
And the cost of this is about $27,000, as it is.
So, favor is 27,000.
The charity
is
24,000. And the blessing is 30,000.
This is the finished.
Yeah, this is the charity that is finished.
But does it mean that you're not selling a finished house?
No, we don't do the finished because we want to mass produce. So we just do the semi-finished and then we sell it to you. Now you can take your own time and then finish it. But remember, I have built an ecosystem here. Like these painters, you can now contract them out to paint your house for you. The guys who are doing the windows, you can buy windows from them. The guys doing the tiles, you can buy it from them. So we're not dealing with it. We just want to now complete the first step of having a finished house. But I will be just doing these model homes so you can see how good it is when it's all ready.
I really want to know what is so unique about this property that I need to buy.
Okay, one thing I would say is this is one of a kind you find here in Port Harcourt City.
Okay.
And being that people need a brand they can work with, a brand they can trust, that can deliver. Now you're working with something or you're investing in something that you have assurance with. You have assurance for their delivery. So buying a property here, this is fresh investment, fresh development. And being that it's just along the airport road, come on, in Port Harcourt City, whenever people come into the city, they always ask, what's happening around the airport area is not as beautiful as we want it to be. And that's why we are here. We want people to see that beauty, people like you. Now, coming in here and seeing this much development, you would love to stay here. And being that the infrastructures, we're not just building house and just spreading it out there. We're giving you quality, we're giving you infrastructures, services that will keep you comfortable within one city. Now, as you come in here, you have your medical facilities available, water reticulation, proper road networks, you have your shopping malls and all, you know, a garden and park. We try to maintain the eco look of the place. So we're planting gardens, trees and all, so the place is healthy, conducive, accommodating. So living here, you don't need the hustle and bustle of the city, my dear.
Tough.
Yes.
3 years ago when I met you, you're a real estate mugu. You know, it's a real estate mugu. But now I'm even confused because I feel like I created a mini what am I?
Yes.
No, what has changed, man? I see all over the place, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. Yeah. Are you an influencer now?
Yes, I am. I think I am. But I want to be like you. I want to have those followers. I don't make money out of it. I do it out of fun. Yes. I think I influence. What I do is, and I learn from you, and I definitely need to give you the compliments. Since I met you, it completely changed my attitude towards media. I understood what it meant to be visible.
Okay.
That look, whatever you are doing in life, be there, you know? But again, so that's one thing we need to learn as Africans, that there's enough for everybody. And I learned that from you in media. How many people have you built in media? There are so many. Don't even name names. You're never jealous that, you know, oh, if he comes in, he will take my business. No. We have in a lot of businesses. But here you are always trying to get people to get involved, teach them. You remember when you came to Gambia?
Yeah.
And I had my academy?
Yeah.
You offered to teach them how to make money on YouTube.
Yeah.
So really, that's a lesson to learn. And so influencing people, you know, and inspiring people is not about age. It's not about education. It's not about race. It has to be in your heart that you are ready to share. And you share it with me. Now you have turned me into a media giant.
And that is why I'm here once again to let you guys know that I believe in transfer of knowledge, yeah? And when you watch TAF, you get to learn a lot. Personally, there's so many things that I've learned since the day you became an influencer that when I was here, when I met you, I couldn't learn that in that short time. So I followed his page, subscribe to his YouTube channel, watch his videos, and this is what you all need to do. If you really want to be a giant, or if you want to be like Taff, you don't need to meet him. Go follow him on Instagram, subscribe to his YouTube channel, and don't be left out. Subscribe to Taff now.
Thank you. That's my son, man. That's why I love you, man. So you will wait and inherit the wealth. Don't try to take anything else now. Just wait.
I'll wait.
Remember, I'm 67 now.
Okay.
It's in the next 37 years, though. It's 33 years.
That's long, man.
So we are happy to be joined via phone, a currency analyst, a very respected one as such, to help us understand what's happening to the performance of our city. Courage Boti is his name. Courage, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us on Good Morning Ghana.
Good morning, and good morning to your listeners. Yes, I do currency analysis, but I'm an economist with GCB Bank. I think that's a more appropriate term.
Right. So economist and the currency analysis, that should suffice.
Definitely, sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Courage, for talking to us on Good Morning Ghana. So, briefly, help a 10-year-old to understand why Ghana's cedi appears to be doing so well against the major trading currency. Here we're talking dollar, euro, and the pounds. What exactly what's happening to the cedi?
Well, good morning again. Three things. One, we know what happens post-elections. Some good work around building good fundamentals for the cedi has started in the past administration with the introduction of the gold for reserve policy. Through that policy, we've built from about 8 tons, now a total of about 30.5 tons of gold. If you put it monetary value on the books as reserves, that has given us, as we're speaking now, reserves in excess of 9 billion over 4 months of import cover, really, from the low levels we had prior to, or in fact, in the immediate aftermath of the debt exchange and the economic crisis that we had and all that. The IMF says at the current level, and you look at the data, at the current levels, we have reserves that is more than twice what we are supposed to have by end of the program in April 2026. So one of the legs of confidence is coming from there. But of course, with all of what happened in the past and in the sentiments around the past administration, the impact of that fundamental improvement in reserve wasn't felt so much in the FX dynamics on the market. There is a change in government, new vibes, new sentiments, positivity around, all of that in the honeymoon effect, plus they came out with a budget that sought to be pursuing fiscal discipline to a very large extent, and this resonated well with the market. In fact, even with the slippage that was reported last year, the fiscal agenda alone for this year and going forward seemed to be enough to convince the IMF to ignore or waive the missing of some of the fiscal targets, which are fundamental for the fourth review, and we passed that review. So that is one leg of events that is supporting the cedi's current trajectory. Another leg of it is we know what Donald Trump and the U.S. government has put across as a tariff regime that is targeting almost all economies. Some have as high as 50% tariff. In fact, the retaliatory responses have even taken some to over 100% for economies like China and stuff like that. So all those dynamics are breeding the notion or the thought of a potential global meltdown this year or next year or sometime soon, and its ramifications for the globe. That is resulting in a weaker dollar against most major trading currencies, the euro, the pound, and almost all the major currencies you can think of. So on another hand, that policy intervention from the US, which doesn't seem to find favor with the globe, means that the USD is getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and the CD is profiting from that. The third leg of the argument is that the Bank of Ghana, through the policy rate decision, have shown a stance that they want to be tight, they want to be more disciplined, they want to tackle the inflation thing head on. And since, I think, prior to election and post-election, we have seen a bit more intervention on the market in terms of liquidity interventions. And even if the volumes have not been as much, the Bank of Ghana, in recent months, the Bank of Ghana's commitment has been that we stand ready to meet every demand on the market, and as and when required, they come through with liquidity. These factors combined, and I think more on the trade war thing and its impact on global currencies, as in the USD weakening and then global currencies, plus the moderate fiscal adjustment we've seen in expenditure, in trying to raise revenue, and the whole tone at the top around the fiscals and all that seem to have combined to bring some confidence in the market. And I believe that is what underpins the kind of trajectory we are seeing in the city.
So clearly from what you're saying, it's a mixture of both what you call local and foreign factors. With the domestic and, for that matter, foreign factors that have come together to shore up the strength of the cedi.
Exactly.
Okay. But there are also mixed reactions. There are those who are happy that the cedi is appreciating and the dollar appears to be weakening, for obvious reasons, because what it means is that the prices of imported items would hopefully come down. And I'll cite the example of, say, fuel. Okay. And we all know what the knock-on effect is if fuel comes down. Now, but there are also those who also say that now that the cedi is appreciating and the dollar is weakening, I loaded up my dollar, say $100,000, which I had hidden somewhere, either in my account, dollar account, or in my home or wherever. And now that the dollar appears to be weakening and people are going in for the cedis and not the dollars, what it means is that I am racking up losses. I mean, as a currency analyst, what would you tell somebody who has a lot of dollars hidden somewhere and are unsure whether to go and, sell that dollar or to keep it?
FX business is one of the riskiest business you can find. In fact, if you are likening economics and markets to maybe the human body, the first sign that someone is sick or not well is actually their probably temperature and then BP and all that, right? And so if the economy is doing well, you will see it reflect in FX. If it is not doing well, you see it reflected in this. I'm trying to say FX is one of the most risky, volatile business you can do. So for starters, anyone who is going into that with a motive of making profit should bear that in mind. And it so happened that in our country, the only thing we know is depreciation and not much of appreciation. So it makes sense for people to continually buy dollars because, last they'll make a gain, right? And so it's been lucrative. Are we out of that phase? It's too early to say we're out of that. In fact, nothing suggests that we're out of that. This current momentum is really something that has just started nascent. We need to watch it evolve. But the crux of the issue is that FX business is volatile. It could go up, it could come down. What we are seeing now is a correction. So if you are versed in that business, you know you could make a loss, and you should know when to sell and when to buy. In fact, another leg of the appreciation